It is March 11th, 2022, and we are expecting 1 to 3 inches of snow tomorrow. So I thought I would take us around the garden to capture some of the flowers that are growing right now, in case they're all gone tomorrow. Last year I planted this Siberian bugloss. Anyway, I thought it would be hardy, but then in the winter it completely died back and I thought I'd lost it. It's like a $30 plant. And then this week, look what came up. Little, tiny, beautiful leaves. Look at that. So hopefully it'll come back in full force. Nothing in that planter yet. Over here we have some sedum, which is coming back nicely. And I transplanted some snowdrops from the neighbor's area also earlier this week, and they seem to be holding up pretty well too. We'll see how they do next year if they survive the summer. Some daffodils here. There were a lot of crocuses up this path, but since this is Zimmer's main path to go get busy, most of them have been trampled. But I think there are a few. Here's one withered one. Another one over here. But they were all through the path. It was gorgeous. Let's see what we have coming up here. Looks like some more daffodils maybe. Not seeing much. Looks like a tulip. Some other flowers starting to come up, and then more of that snowdrop, which I just transplanted. So this is along the driveway, and there's a couple more plants down here. Snowdrops again. And again there. This is the terrace, which Dan built 2 years ago. We've been growing tomatoes and peppers in it, and some cucumbers and zucchini during the summer. But this year I did seed some asparagus inside in trays, and I think I'll have 20 plants if anything sprouts. So I'm wondering maybe I should plant them in here and have them as a permanent crop, since those are going to last about 20 years hopefully. Then over here we mulched an area and planted blueberries. These are high bush blueberry varieties, which we planted I believe in the fall. And they are starting to get some buds on the tips of the plants. So I think they did survive despite not covering them or really doing much of anything with them for the winter. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 blueberries. Hopefully we'll get to eat some this year. These I think might be resurrection lilies or surprise lilies. And we put down some extra compost on the ground, and you can really tell the difference it's made in the grass. Look how dead the grass is over there where there wasn't any compost compared to here where we did add it. So this is coming back nicely. We're trying to keep off of it to let it come back. Dad has worked on a new fire pit, which is looking really nice. And this is the patch that I just cleared with the help of Dan. And I planted a few seeds here. They probably won't make it since we're gonna get some snow tomorrow, but I did plant arugula, carrot, chard, spinach, and radish and kale. There's a few strawberry plants that survived over there. They popped up a couple of places too. And then back up over here we have, oh, look at the crocuses. I just love those. It's like Easter, little Easter surprises. Sage plant. There's some creeping Jenny in here that actually came back a few weeks ago, surprisingly. It's pretty hardy. And the rosemaries are huge. We have these huge bushes. There's another one behind the sage plant. But look how big they are. They've done really well. And this is sage. Down here we have thyme and oregano, which I pruned. I don't know what the term is, but I cut back the dead foliage a few weeks ago to let the new stuff come in. And over here we have maybe some more surprise lilies. I really don't know what these are. And I think there's some tulips here too. There they are. Yep, so these are tulips that I planted last year, I think. 2 years ago? No, it must have been 2 years ago. And a rosemary plant, not rosemary, this is lavender. I started some more seeds for lavender. And what I'd like to do is this summer, hopefully make that whole section lavender up against the brick, which I think will be really beautiful with that kind of grayish, purpley, smoky hue that the paint of the house is in this area. And of course, we have more crocuses. Yeah, so this is pretty low maintenance. I love herb gardens because they really don't take much care and the pests keep off. And lastly, more crocuses. Thinking about maybe trying saffron. Those are doing really well. These are gonna come up soon. We have one daffodil, which made its way over here. And things are starting to come alive. Crocuses. These are some irises. These are definitely surprise lilies. So I think everything so far that I've shown has been surprise lilies because these look very much the same. And 2 snowdrop plants, which I also transplanted. And I really hope they stay because these are really just so pretty. They're one of the first flowers to come out in spring here. And I just love how they dangle their flowers. It's really nice. Looks like I'll have to divide these. These are a clump of tulips that I planted a couple years ago. So those will come up soon. More crocuses, more tulips, and hyacinth. Look at that. Looks almost ready to pop. And this was a septic project, so we had to dig up everything, and we weren't sure if anything was going to come back. But surprise, surprise, there's tulips. They made it. It'll be fun to see if anything else made it. Some of my whirling butterflies, Gara Lindheimeri, made it, or at least looks like it might have. And this rose plant we put back in right after the project was done. My dad managed to take it out before they upheaved everything. And we have some daffodils over there. And some rose plants. So this will be really fun to look back on and to see how it changes throughout the year. Over here, we have some more tulips coming up and another hyacinth. And we're thinking about maybe eliminating the grass area here and just making this whole bed a flower garden. But we have enough work cut out for us with all this. So stay tuned. I guess it's also worth showing what I have started in these seed trays, which I got from the Dutch plant farm in Frederick. So the dahlia was actually the first to sprout up. I planted these about 10 weeks before the last frost. Pansy. Nothing yet there. Oh, there's one. I don't know if that's actually pansy or if it's dahlia that got over there. I'll have to see. Celery. Oh, there's a little guy. Garlic chives. Looks like I overwatered that area. Down here we have Coleus, Echinacea, Asparagus, which I talked about. This is going to be really exciting if it grows. Sweet pepper, petunia. I'm having some trouble with the focus here. And then these were started later, so I don't think anything's popping up. Oh, look at that! There's some chamomile. Chamomile, marigold. Oh, here's one. Lavender, I hope will sprout. Looks like I need to water these. Sunflower. And at the very top, these are some vegetables. So I have tomatoes and eggplant, basil, and another type of tomato. So we shall see. Good morning. It's Saturday, March 12th, and we have a lot of snow. So I'm glad I took that video yesterday. I woke up this morning and checked the forecast, and they changed it from 1 to 3 inches to 3 to 6. So I don't know if anything will survive. What do you think, Zimmer? Anything alive under there? I guess we'll just have to wait and see.